you flat tow something, you just whack it on the back of the truck, and basically it follows the truck. You know, it's like one of those little toys that you put along. And that was the plan. You know, I was going to tow it however many thousands of miles like that. So that was the idea. And you know, started to set off. Bearing in mind it was, I think it was third week in October or so, and Alaska's quite renowned for getting quite cold. So, you know, third week in October, it was starting to get icy, and yeah, we're driving along, and I remember at one point, just kind of the whole car's floating across the road, and these massive great tyres on this Bronco truck, and it was like driving a boat but on ice. It was horrendous, and I'm creeping along doing about 20 miles an hour, and the ice is starting to form over the roads. Thinking this is bad, but I've got people coming flying past me. If you've got studded tyres, you can do whatever you want on ice. It doesn't matter. You can just drive normally. But with the Bronco, it was horrendous. But yeah, so we're driving along, and it's going about 20 miles an hour, and I look in my rearview mirror, and there's this car coming up behind me, and I pull over ever so slightly. The car goes whizzing past, and then just as I come back onto the road, there's this kind of tug, and the whole truck starts doing this. I'm like, oh, crap. And literally within seconds, the whole truck and the bus had spun around on the ice, and I was this massive rumbling noise, and I'm fearing the worst. I come to a stop, I get out and look round, and the bus is alright, still attached to the truck, which is a good thing. It's just been kind of dragged through the shrubs, covered in snow, looks horrendous, but it was alright. There was one problem though, we were facing the wrong way, and I couldn't do a 3-point turn in the middle of the road, so I had to drive another 5 miles back in the direction that I'd come. Find this little truck stop that just so happened to be about that deep in snow, and then drive down into that, turn the bus round, and then get back out. And so I was driving this huge great Bronco truck through a foot of snow, which was fine, but then of course I've got that little thing that's following me, equally going through a foot full of snow. There's about another 60 miles after that of doing about 20 miles an hour. I'm thinking, this is horrendous. I need to get some studded tyres. Okay, the village is 5 miles away, not far at all. I'll stop there, get the studded tyres on it, and then we'll be fine. It'll be safe. And I look in my rearview mirror, and there's a truck coming up behind me, big, massive American truck. I'm like, right, okay, well, I'm not going to pull over because that's what happened last time. I'm just going to stay here where I am, dead straight. This truck comes flying past, and as he goes, I'm like, oh, right, okay, made it. We're all safe, we're safe. And then, once again, out of the blue, I just get this boof, and we're spinning sideways. And this time, instead of like a nice flat verge just covered in shrubs, it was a 7-foot deep ditch. So, as we spun round, we disappeared down this ditch, and I disappeared down backwards. And all I remember is seeing the road come like that direction, and then all of a sudden the sky, and bang! Fortunately the truck I was in was alright. I was like kind of fine. Opened the door, nearly fell out of the truck, looked back round, and my heart sank. I looked over, and my blessed Bugsy was about 20 feet away, and I looked at her and I thought, oh, that's not good. You know, the side doors were open. As I walked up, I realised what had happened. As we'd spun, the wheels had dug in on the gravel, and the whole bus had just kind of barrel rolled into this ditch. And well, it looked kind of similar as it does now. You know, both the wind mirrors had been taken off, the passenger door had been completely smashed in, the roof had been knocked and just battered all over. And yeah, it was upsetting. It moved me to tears, just because, you know, you put so much effort into this exciting adventure, and you know, it's my van, you know, I spent $300, oh, we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be so romantic, we're gonna be, you know, traveling across America, and it's gonna be perfect, it'll be really cool and one hell of a story, and I've just thrown it into a ditch. And yeah, it was upsetting, it was not good. But about weirdly, middle of Alaska, there's nobody anywhere, but 5 minutes after I crash, and a police officer drives up, and he hops out, and I'm like, hi officer. said, somebody must have called you. He's like, no, I was just driving past. Like a 300-mile road, he's just driving past. Anyway, so he hops out and you know, checks that I'm all right, asks to see documents on the vehicle and stuff like that. So I show him what I've got. I figure, oh, this is going to go bad. But no, he was really cool. He didn't say anything untoward. But he asked me if I was all right getting the truck out and stuff. And he said, I can call a tow truck for you. Okay, how much would that be? I said, don't know, probably about $400. No, okay, can't do that. Anyway, we came across we started talking about, what about if I just left it there? And he went, well, he said, I'll give you 24 hours to get it moved. He said, if it's not moved in 24 hours, he said, we'll come back and get it. He said, we'll then charge you the fee to come and get it, like $400 for the tow truck. He said, we'll then charge you an impound fee. He said, we'll then charge you money on how long it stays impounded. And he said, there's a potential $1,000 littering fee or chance of imprisonment. So he said, you probably want to move it. There's so many people that said to me, oh, it's an old Volkswagen, you know, it's rusted, it's now broken, just leave it. Even my dad said, just pay somebody to get it off his land and forget about it.